Hello everyone, ThePackagedReviewer here, and welcome to yet another episode of me bitching about man-children in this deep space known as DeviantArt. This second Rant Special is a topic I've wanted to make fun of for a long time: fill-in memers. If you watched me for a while, you would know how much I hate these so-called memes. They're pointless, repetitive, and have been flooding the site for years, if not longer. I picked users who I want to talk about who, in my opinion, have distinct traits within these memes, whether it's downright scummy or just plain stupid. Without further ado, let's shit into this dive hole. Combusto82 has gotta be the oldest fill-in memer I've encountered on DeviantArt, at almost 39 years old. How sad. And for someone who's gonna be middle-aged in a few years, he can be a bit cowardly sometimes. Now, I'm sure everyone and their moms have heard of Macaulay Culkin. You know, the kid from Home Alone. Well, it seems his role in the movie called The Good Son made him change the way he looks at this particular child actor. Would you say the same for Josh Peck since he happens to star in Mean Creek and Drake and Josh?
You're a fucking lying son of a bitch, Sam, alright? And I hope you fucking go to hell.
Now let me show you guys this image from Steven Universe. Does this look scary to you? Well, it is to him for an image that isn't even that graphic. 39. Like pretty much every fill-in meme, the ones he makes make no sense. These billboards are such great advertising you don't even need a title to know what movies they are. Speaking of which, have you guys seen this one? In these failed attempts at humor, it just doesn't work, since these would be better off as YouTube videos at least. Even these off-putting memes don't even have punchlines and just have him throw darts on the board and whatever it lands on chooses the character. For the next meme, it's oh no. Why? Why do you gotta bring jars into this? You're gonna put a cursed image in many people's heads. The next on this list is an actual meme. Maybe something funny can come out of the sky. Finally, the scroll truth. Miracle Star? Yeah. Huh? Are you saying that Miracle Star is the meaning of life and all that is holy? Maybe a cure for this accursed virus? Oh yeah, the cure for the virus is telling the pogging variant to fuck off. This guy is the answer. Well, with a few clunkers here and there, such as that one song about a day of the week that everyone forgot about. Yes, that song sucked, but why bring it up a decade later? Besides, Rebecca might have regretted writing that song, so what's even the point? And the last meme I'm showing is these blue Stewie Griffins erasing the melee target. I made Xeno's erase target because the store itself made my Steven Universe Collection DVD delayed twice. Will come to my house after Christmas. I ordered it via online. I now hate Target. I should stick with Amazon or Walmart. So just because an item got delayed means you blame the entire supermarket chain? You're gonna get it anyways, dude, quit your crying. And to add grease to the wounds left by these memes, he thinks that his memes are art, and thinks that someone out there in this void could inevitably steal them. Yeah, considering how easy you can make these memes, I doubt it. Much like Spontaneous Combusto's memes, megamansonic's memes rub me off the wrong way. Once again, throwing darts on a board and whatever it lands on has him torture this schmuck, including phasing through a JPEG of the bows. Breaking the rule of the meme by having two characters replace a singular one, which I'm confused on why people like this particular pair. Maybe Tifa has mistaken Chris for Sora? That's my only guess. Creating a cavalcade of various Danganronpa executions because they're meanie weenies, and making a total of 17 worst characters lists. It's kinda confusing when you make more than one of these lists, since I don't know if you hate them based on what rank you put them on, or how recently you make them. Either way, it's kinda redundant since you can just put them all on one list. Plus, some of these aren't even characters for crying out loud. I mean, the 2K staff, the New England Patriots, Ajit Pai, Dan Schneider, and Osama bin Laden? He's already dead. What could be worse than burning in hell? megamansonic can also be late to the party with popular opinions. With his worst users list, which he couldn't bother to add in icons for some reason. Matruko left DA almost 4 years ago, Guy has been bashed on for years and yet he still doesn't listen, and do I have to say it once again? Also, I love how you say that DA isn't a place for politics, yet you're also preachy with your beliefs. He even bashes an episode that pretty much everyone knows why it sucks at this point and does the same to the Emoji Movie. And I love how Brian's chair is the one that's talking and Brian is just pointing and screaming like an ape. Even the commenters are aware that the movie isn't worth bashing considering how overhated it was when it came out. At least some people on this site has brains. The last one I'll be showing is his worst YouTuber list. Get this, he thinks that Mario to Plumber, a failed troll, is worse than Onision, a literal child groomer. And what's worse is that he puts Peluchin Entertainment, an animal abuser, as a dishonorable mention. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if this guy was an admin on a Mirrorhe's reception wiki. Although Bry-Guy hasn't made that many fill-in memes, there are some that just makes my blood boil. Just a trigger warning that this meme might not be suitable for those who went through the Black Lives Matter riots. He made a fucking meme out of Derek Chauvin. Never mix cartoon and politics ever, especially when you use it in a format in which not that many people will take seriously. Now, when a celebrity dies, the Loud House fandom tends to make these poor memes commemorating these people, despite them not being affiliated with the show in any way. In this case, Bry does it to Chadwick Boseman, and in the hashtags, one of them is memes are life. What the hell is wrong with you? Someone died and yet you think it's okay to make a shitty meme out of a death for clout? If you really care about their death, you would have written a eulogy, draw something related to their legacy, or better yet, just say rest in peace. It shows you can draw, so what's stopping you from drawing a tribute? What's even more sad is how it gets more attention than his usual drawings. It's fucking disrespectful how people fall for this bullshit. And when some people called him out on it, he thinks it's unfair just because nobody else is being called out on it. That's because nobody is aware how disrespectful it is towards the deceased. And considering how popular you are, you kinda had to see this coming. Besides, it doesn't help that you're one of the people who contributes to this drug-like addiction of making memes out of them. To top it all off, he is oblivious to how someone wants to make a fanfiction involving nude little Einstein's characters, and thinking it's okay to add a mature filter on it instead of not wanting to be associated with him, or better yet, telling him how wrong it is. I guess having your friend fulfill their fuck fantasy is more of a priority than being called out like the sicko he is. All in all, can we just not normalize these distasteful memes, please? Here we have yet another memer who just got into their 30s, PeruAlonso. He might look like your generic film memer, but this one has made not one, not two, but 88 fucking memes out of one singular episode of The Loud House that surprisingly not no such luck. He's kind of excessive about it for an episode that was ranked number 10 on his worst episodes list. And if you're gonna make a list like this, at least go into detail on what makes these particular episodes leave a bad taste in your mouth. Aside from save the date, he also does the same to specific episodes just to please his hate boner. Flooding your gallery with memes to get your point across won't get you anywhere. If you were self-aware, you would just make rants on them and move on, but I guess not. The only justification he made towards why he hates Save the Date is because of how Ronnie Ann embarrassed Lincoln and how Lori forced them to go on a double date. Dude, that only happened in the first few minutes of the episode and everything turned out fine in the end. Stop overreacting. Oh, and when people tell him to stop making the same memes, he blocks them just because they're annoyed by them. Jesus, how many memes are you gonna make to justify your opinion?
This isn't over until I say it's over!
The closest thing to a review, if you could call it that, of that episode is his animated atrocities card on it. And he didn't even use it right. The score is based on how many squares you filled in this case, 40. There aren't negative squares, you adults. It's just sad how a 30-year-old has no self-awareness to how repetitive these memes are. Welp, I wish this username was a joke, but it sadly isn't. No Such Luck Hater 1994. A username dedicated to hating one singular 11-minute piece of animation. Before we get into the memes, I just want to read a part of his hilarious bio. Not favorite characters: Vicky, Fairly Odd Parents, Lynn Jr., Loud House, Millie Kid vs. Cat, Brad, Kick Batowski, Any Bad Parents, Tuners, Louds, Batowski, Tara Maines, Borg, Fanboy and Chum Chum, Benson Regular Show, Nicole Gumball, Biggest Dreams, uniting the cartoon characters in a story, mostly making a No Such Luck sequel on the Loud House. No point in making one if the fandom has made 700 billion of those already. Best cartoon episode, Bank Geeks, SpongeBob, but worst cartoon episode, No Such Luck, Loud House. Not only bad, but worse than bad movies. So, something that lasts 11 minutes is worse than something that lasts hours? Okay. Favorite film director, Steven Spielberg. Favorite writer, John Hughes. Favorite book writer, I can't spell him, but he did Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Matilda, and James and the Giant Peach. What is it with man-children and not knowing simple flipping research? Maybe that, or he's being held at gunpoint to not mention the name. It's also worth mentioning how he apparently hates the Loud House, despite how often he uses the character in memes and shit. I don't understand the logic behind that, but whatever. This guy also draws from time to time, and are you sure you're 26? Because your art says otherwise. I mean, I can't even make out what the characters are saying. Now that that's out of the way, onto the memes. And trust me, I've saved the best for last. Now, which in is better, Loho or Dudapa from Lodian? It sucks that Skra and Ifazager weren't on there. And here we go once again with portraying Lincoln as a crybaby over a few shitty episodes. Lincoln isn't that sensitive, get that through your thick skulls. Dude, you left your ringer on. You might want to retake the picture. Or better yet, do it in MS Paint like everyone else. Really? There's literally a high quality template and yet you chose the poor man's route? How do you mess up Drake posting this badly? Oh no! How dare Lindsay swears at 11-minute pieces of animation? You hurt the episode's feelings, you monster! Damn, I didn't know stealing a cat in order to get into a movie is punishable by copyright. Please don't give YouTube any more ideas. Truly the saddest moment in the show. Them being rejected from a superhero movie for the 100 trillionth time. You can tell by those totally not drawn in out of place tears. Oh my god. You really had to edit that image? Okay, the last one I'll be showing is some picture of Eddie crying and NSL hater wants this scenario to become the Loud House movie.
That one didn't age quite so well.
Even if an idea like that was pitched in to Nickelodeon, they would most likely reject it since it would be kinda dark for its target audience. Read the thousands of fanfictions with the same premise or something. All in all, this guy doesn't really care about the quality of his memes for the people to take them seriously. It ain't rocket science to properly crop them and have them with no watermarks. What can I say about these guys? It seems that this group just loves to use quantity over quality. A lot. It's just really sad how a site that was meant for art is flooded with these effortless memes. In massive quotations. I said this before in my very first rant and I'll say it again. If you want to make a good meme, you gotta put some goddamn effort into it. You can't just slap two screenshots together and call it a meme. DeviantArt is not a place for this shit and is better off on any other image posting site that isn't mainly about art. Although I highly oppose unironic and unfunny fill-in memes, if you really want to do them, so be it, I won't stop you. Just please, anywhere but DeviantArt at least. What's worse is that the mods are very incompetent to get rid of the spam, which I doubt they'll acknowledge. And I guess that's all I have to say. Thanks for watching, this is the Packaged Reviewer, signing off.